So today you have a grammar quiz, and it's going to look like this on a slide. You'll always have to click the click here, and then when I click the little link, it'll pull up your quiz. So let's pull up the quiz to look. Just takes a minute. Okay, I'm going to zoom it in. So our grammar skill for this week is subject-verb agreement. And you might be thinking, ooh, what does that mean? Well, you had a little bit of a introduction to subject-verb agreement yesterday on your slides for day one. And I'm actually going to use the slide for tomorrow to give us a little refresher. So this is about subjects and verbs. So here's the example. In a sentence that tells about now, singular subjects use a verb that ends in S. So that's present tense nouns use a verb here. So the teacher, one teacher, singular subject in present tense. The teacher sits in the bleachers. So our noun in this sentence is teacher, just one teacher. So the teacher sits with an S on the end. Notice teacher does not have an S on the end because teachers sits would not make sense. That would be too many S's. The teacher sits in the bleachers. Ooh, it's a mouthful. The teacher sits. Okay, in the next example, it's kind of the opposite. In a sentence that tells about now, plural subjects use a verb without the S. So the subject is teachers, again. The teachers, there's more than one teacher this time, it's plural. The teachers sit in the bleachers. So notice only one of these needs an S at the end, the noun and the verb. So if the noun does not have an S at the end, then the verb does need an S at the end. If the noun has an S at the end, then the verb does not need one. You can't have both of them with an S, the noun and the verb here. And you can't leave both of them without it either. So the teacher sit in the bleachers wouldn't make sense either, or the teachers sits in the bleachers. Okay, so either one or the other has the S. Now that we know that, let's go back to the quiz. So you'll type your first name and your last name, and it says to choose the word, ooh, that should say that. I need to change that. I'll have to fix this. That best fits the sentence. Okay, so we have a blank in each one of these. We blank to make tacos for supper. So we is more than one person. So we would be a plural noun. We likes to make tacos for supper. We like to make tacos for supper. Or we liking to make tacos for supper. Okay, so I can tell which one makes sense just by reading each of those in the sentence. And this very first one actually does not follow our rule with an S at the end. So we is the subject here. We is more than one person, so it's plural. So our verb does not need an S. So we would choose like for that one. We like to make tacos for supper. Okay, here's another one. He blank at my school. He works at my school. He are working at my school, or he work at my school. Okay, so he is one person. That is a singular noun. So our verb, if there's not an S on our noun, that means our verb needs an S. So works has an S. He works at my school. Okay, and then you have more questions to answer. Just remember that you look at the subject, you looked at the who, the subject is our noun, person at the beginning. And then, so number 7, all the way back up to that first number 1, your subject is first. Then you get over here to 8, 9, and 10, and they switch it on you. Now this time you have to choose the correct subject. So blank buzzes around the flowers. Buzzes has an S at the end, so that means that our subject needs to be plural. They buzzes around the flowers. Well, they is more than one person or one thing or one animal. So they would not be correct because they buzzes. I buzzes around the flowers, or it buzzes around the flowers. So it and I are both singular, but can people buzz around flowers? I don't think so. So it's probably not going to be I. Probably going to choose it. Okay, same thing for number 9 and number 10. This time you're choosing the correct subject that fits with the verb. And then when you're all the way done, you go all the way down and click submit, and that'll show you your answer. Good luck!